Are you ready? It's coast to coast, we're here and we representing Tom Joyner Foundation. We about to jump right in it. Everybody is woke. HBCUs, let's go. Tradition, trendsetting. Let's do it for the culture. HBCUbiquity.
This is Thomas Joyner Jr. and welcome to the Tom Joyner Foundation presents HBCUbiquity. What is HBCUbiquity? Well, before I answer that question, let me ask a different question. What is the Tom Joyner Foundation? The Tom Joyner Foundation is a 501c3 nonprofit organization founded by my father, Tom Joyner. It was started in 1998 as a way to support HBCUs, or historically black colleges and universities. To date, we have raised over $65 million to donate to HBCUs, resulting in over 35,000 scholarships. But back in 1998, my father was still growing the Tom Joyner Morning Show, and he wanted to, as he always says, put some purpose in the party. And so the idea that he had was to start a 900 number, 1-900-YOU-GIVE. The program at the time was called Dollars for Scholars. And it's one of those kind of mechanisms where you dial the 900 number and you press 1, then $15 to be charged to your phone bill. If you press 2, then $20. If you press 3, so forth and so on, you get it. And during that first month, we raised almost $20,000 for our first school of the month, Howard University. We decided that maybe we had something with that. So the next month, April, we tried it again. And this time we tried it with Florida A&M University, where my brother Oscar was already enrolled. And after that, we tried it again with Tuskegee University, our May 1998 school of the month. Tuskegee, of course, because that's where my parents met. And ever since then, the Tom Joyner Foundation has since assisted all 105 HBCUs in the country. That was over 20 years ago, and we are still growing strong. Talk about HBCUbiquity. We have been a ubiquitous part of HBCUs.
Before we get back to the HBCUbiquity podcast, let's take a look at some Tom Joyner Foundation fundraising highlights. Here's an example of TJF's success.
Hi, my name is Chelsea Lucas, a sophomore biology pre-nursing major at Sibley College from Jackson, Mississippi. I would like to thank the Dallas Alumni Chapter and the Tom Joyner Foundation for the honor of receiving this scholarship, which will assist me in obtaining my Bachelor of Science in Nursing degree. Upon completing my degree, I plan to serve my community as a pediatric registered nurse. Thank you.
To donate to the Tom Joyner Foundation, just log on to www.tomjoynerfoundation.org and you can help a student continue their education at a HBCU.
In our 20-plus year history, the Tom Joyner Foundation has embarked on many fundraisers and, many different types of fundraisers. But none of them has been more successful or notable than our annual Fantastic Voyage cruise. Since 1999, we have been cruising to keep students enrolled in HBCUs. Throughout the last 20 years of the cruise, if you ever heard my father mention it, you might have heard him refer to it as the ultimate party with a purpose, and that's definitely what it is. We've had performers throughout the years that include Janet Jackson, Isaac Hayes, Erykah Badu, the OJs, Diana Ross. The list just goes on and on and on. And for the last 8 years, since 2011, we've been very fortunate to have Carnival Cruise Lines as our partner. In fact, Carnival has actually hosted a total of 9 cruises. They were also the host of the year 2000 Fantastic Voyage. And even though this year was our 20th anniversary, and frankly, we had a ball. We had a great time as always. It's not too late to go on and reserve the Fantastic Voyage 2020. In fact, to learn more about the cruise, to book the cruise, or to even learn more about the Tom Joyner Foundation's 20-year history, please visit us at www.tomjoynerfoundation.org.
Hello, my name is Crystal Lucas, and I am a product of an HBCU, and I am proud to represent Tennessee State University Tigers in Nashville, Tennessee. My professors cared about me. I had one that his theme was, "You are here for the reason and not the season." He didn't care that I was a track runner or a basketball player. The goal was to graduate. The teachers took care of me as if I was one of their children. I love my HBCU, Tennessee State University.
Since 1998, If you've ever heard my father mention the Tom Joyner Foundation, you've probably heard him say that, and this is a direct quote, "We keep kids enrolled at HBCUs, historically black colleges and universities." And that's pretty much what we do. We work to keep the doors of HBCUs open and to provide financial assistance for students to attend these schools. So yeah, for over 20 years, the Tom Joyner Foundation has basically been in the scholarship business. And we provide all kinds of scholarships, book scholarships, scholarships for single parents, scholarships for outstanding black males on campus, scholarships just because to help you get over the financial burden of the next semester. But our largest and most prestigious scholarship is our Tom Joyner Foundation Full Ride Scholarship. In order to qualify for that scholarship, you have to be a graduating high school senior with a 3.5 GPA or higher. You have to have some pretty high SAT or ACT scores. And of course, you have to use the scholarship to attend an HBCU. Our first 3 recipients really set the pace and provide the expectations for what was expected for future recipients. Brittany Wilson graduated from Howard University with a degree in political science, summa cum laude as a matter of fact. And that same goes for the second recipient, Mr. Blaine Robinson. Blaine Robertson graduated summa cum laude from Howard University as well with a dual degree in math and physics. And our third recipient, Cheyenne Boyce, she graduated, well, for one, Cheyenne was all over the country, all over the world, utilizing her scholarship at Spelman College. Graduated magna cum laude with a degree in international studies. And by the way, with that said, I'd like to shout out and acknowledge our 2 current Howard University Full Ride Scholarship recipients, Miss Akia Fleming and Miss Audriana Baker, and definitely not to forget Miss Morgan Brown at Spelman College. In fact, if you want to learn more about the various types of scholarships that we offer, or to learn more about the scholarships that we don't offer but still want to make you aware of, visit us at www.tomjoynerfoundation.org/scholarships. We have dozens upon dozens of scholarships listed for you. If none of ours meet your needs or if you don't match the criteria, but still come visit us to learn about how you can get assistance to make your HBCU dreams come true.
A for Alabama, S T-A-T-E-U, University, A-S-U. Woo! A-G-G-I-E, what? P-R-I-D-E, what? Give me that, what? Give me that, give me that. I keep pride.
Clark Atlanta University.
Since our inception, the Tom Joyner Foundation has partnered with and or fundraised for every HBCU in existence, and unfortunately some that are no longer in existence, as well as 1 or 2 that would be classified as, quote, predominantly black institutions. And by the way, the list of schools that we have raised money for over the years, that also includes the University of the Virgin Islands, both the St. Thomas and the St. John campuses. And many people don't know that the University of the Virgin Islands is considered one of the 105 HBCUs in existence today. Besides the School of the Month campaign, the foundation has embarked on several partnerships and different programs to support HBCUs. I won't go through all of them right now, but there are 2 that I would like to touch upon. The first is the Teacher Quality Initiative, or as I call it, the TQI. The TQI is a scholarship program designed to produce more STEM teachers of color in America's public schools. The way the program works is we identify students that are in their first semester or graduate school that want to be STEM teachers. And if they meet our qualifications, we will provide up to 7 semesters of tuition and book scholarships to help them graduate. HBCUs that partner with us on this initiative include Paul Quinn College, Jackson State University, North Carolina A&T University, Texas Southern University, and Tennessee State. We had our first graduate this past May, and we have a couple more on the way this coming May. It's been a good program so far. Another one that we have partnered on is the College Pathways Program, a partnership with the U.S. Job Corps. The College Pathways Program provides Job Corps students with support, mentoring, and scholarships for those that want to attend a community college or 4-year HBCU. We currently do this program with the Crystal Springs Job Corps Center in Mississippi and with the Gary Center in San Marcos, Texas. Students have the option of attending Hines Community College in Utica, Mississippi, or Tougaloo College in Jackson, Mississippi, as well as Austin Community College and Houston-Tilton University in Austin, Texas.
Before we get back to the HBCUbiquity podcast, let's take a look at some Tom Joyner Foundation fundraising highlights. Here's an example of TJF's success.
Hi, Hi, my name is Andrew Davis. I am a junior music education major with a concentration in piano performance from Durham, North Carolina. Upon completing my degree, I would like to get a master's in conducting, and I would like to further my education by getting a PhD in either ethnomusicology or musicology, and using that degree to teach at a college or university. Thank you.
To donate to the Tom Joyner Foundation, just log on to www.tomjoynerfoundation.org, and you can help a student continue their education at a HBCU.
Over the last 10 years, the economy, the technology, and be honest with you, philanthropy as a whole have changed. And that has necessitated changes in how the Tom Joyner Foundation raises funds to support HBCUs and their students. Like many national nonprofits, we've expanded our traditional ways of asking for money to include non-traditional ways of fundraising in the digital space. In 2011, we launched our website, tomjoynerfoundation.org, and also that's when we launched our social media presence. You can find the Tom Joyner Foundation on pretty much all social media platforms: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest, LinkedIn. We might still be on MySpace as well. And that brings us to the HBCUbiquity podcast. As the Tom Joyner Morning Show comes to a close at the end of this year, remember that the Tom Joyner Foundation isn't going anywhere. HBCUbiquity is a new medium and opportunity for the Tom Joyner Foundation to promote and expand our fundraising efforts while at the same time uplifting and celebrating HBCUs. After all, HBCUs are not just for black people. More people of all races and economic backgrounds need to be made aware of the importance and legacies of HBCUs. Additionally, more people need to know and understand that HBCUs are an option for those that are seeking a college education and needing options that are low cost and/or have smaller class sizes and/or offer an almost intense amount of student support in and out of the classroom and/or have a proven track record of success with students that are the first generation and their families to attend college. New episodes of the HBCUbiquity podcast will be available on every Tuesday. You can find us on all social media platforms: Twitter, Facebook, or Instagram. Just type in HBCUbiquity, and that's spelled HBCUbiquity. You can also find us at HBCUbiquitypodcast.com. Again, that's HBCUbiquitypodcast, and that's one word, .com. Follow us on social media and engage with us. Help us expand these conversations with your own feedback, questions, or other information that we and other HBCU alums need to know about any topic. Further, please engage with us on social media to suggest new topics for future episodes. Let us know if there's something that we should be talking about. Again, thank you for listening to this episode of HBCUbiquity, and we invite you to keep coming back for more great episodes and great conversations with a purpose. I'm Thomas Joyner Jr., and thank you.